Hi there guys, I hope you have had a good day. Now, Tyson Fury has spoken about Anthony Joshua and the fact that he believes he will beat him very comfortably, in fact within 3 rounds. And he also alluded to the fact that he believes Anthony Joshua quit against Andy Ruiz Jr. and if he quit once, he'll quit again. So that is what Tyson Fury believes about Anthony Joshua. Now personally, I don't think Anthony Joshua quit in that fight, but Tyson Fury does, and Tyson Fury believes that in his fight with Anthony Joshua, he will definitely get the better of him, and maybe the same thing will happen again. Now, I think that Tyson Fury really respects Anthony Joshua, but I think that at the moment, he wants a fight date, so he's wound up. I think that it's going back and forth. December 19th, that is now off the table. It's been put back, pushed forwards, and he doesn't know when he's going to be fighting, and he wants to fight. So ultimately, the problem I think with Tyson Fury at the moment is this uncertainty. And I think that he's finding things to do in the meantime, like saying stuff about Anthony Joshua and other fighters. And in his own words, this is what he had to say about Anthony Joshua. Joshua ain't man enough for me. Have you ever seen a hot knife go through butter? That's what I will do to this bodybuilding plastic. I'd knock him out inside 3. He quit versus Ruiz. And once you've dragged it once in your mind, you'll always quit. So there we go. That is what Tyson Fury's assessment is of Anthony Joshua, his career, and his fight with Andy Ruiz. Now, personally, I don't think that Anthony Joshua quit in that fight, because if he did, he wouldn't have taken the rematch. That proved that he didn't. If he had done that, then he would not have gone straight back in there with Andy Ruiz just a mere 6 months after, walked down that tunnel all on his own to the ring, and got in there and done what he done, put on a boxing masterclass. I don't even know whether Tyson Fury really does truly believe that Joshua quit, but he's saying it anyway. And I mean, Tyson Fury is someone who needs something to focus on. He needs a fight. He was fine when he kind of thought he was fighting on December 19th. Now that date has been moved off the table. Tyson Fury has been talking a lot about Deontay Wilder, about Anthony Joshua. So I think that that is the root of the problem for Tyson Fury. He wants a fight date. He wants to know when this 3rd trilogy fight with Deontay Wilder is happening. And a date, venue, and when this fight will happen doesn't seem like that's coming anytime soon for Tyson Fury, and that is making him go AWOL. I mean, that's in his own words. He said he wants to fight soon because he is going to go AWOL. And ultimately, what Tyson Fury wants is to fight Anthony Joshua. That is the main fight for him at the moment. Same for AJ. That's what they both want. Undisputed. Because they, like the rest of us, want to know who is number 1 in the heavyweight division. Anthony Joshua believes he is already number 1. Tyson Fury believes he is number 1. Anthony Joshua wants the belts. Tyson Fury just wants to fight Anthony Joshua. So Joshua wants to be undisputed. He wants that WBC World Championship. The one belt he has never won. Tyson Fury believes he's won them all and therefore doesn't need any more belts. So it's not about the belts for Tyson Fury, but it is for AJ, so that he can win all of them in the heavyweight division and unify them all at the same time to be one undisputed heavyweight world champion. That is the goal of Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury just wants the big fights, or what he warrants to be a big fight. So a Deontay Wilder trilogy fight, he believes is big enough for him. Then an Anthony Joshua fight. And Tyson Fury has already said that Anthony Joshua should apparently grow a pair and fight him in December, even though Tyson Fury has recently explained that he doesn't want to talk about Anthony Joshua because he wants to focus on Deontay Wilder. But I'm guessing where the Deontay Wilder fight is uncertain now. He's kind of thinking, okay, maybe try and get AJ into the ring or just take it out on AJ completely, because Anthony Joshua cannot fight Tyson Fury in December. And there is no way, in my opinion, that that fight will happen in December. It cannot, because Tyson Fury, yes, he may be back and forth with Deontay Wilder about a potential fight. Maybe it's on, maybe it's off. Maybe Deontay Wilder allows him to have an interim fight where he could fight Anthony Joshua, but Joshua is not going to put off a fight with Kubrat Pulev, one that he has already postponed because of COVID for months. He's not going to put that fight off just so he might get a fight with Tyson Fury. So Anthony Joshua will, in my opinion, 100% fight Kubrat Pulev December 12th. Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder is completely up in the air at the moment. And let's be real, Tyson Fury is going to use any ammunition to try and get into the head of Anthony Joshua, but he doesn't really want to do that just yet because Anthony Joshua has to fight Kubrat Pulev. So does he want to put off Anthony Joshua before his fight with Pulev, which realistically he can't do. I don't think Anthony Joshua will be emotionally involved in something with Tyson Fury, because Joshua's said some things about Fury too, about Fury's resume, about the fact that he's been a pro for 12 years, and realistically has 2 or 3 good names, 2 elite level fighters potentially on his resume, and Anthony Joshua believes he is the one who's been going through the top 10 heavyweights: Ruiz, Parker, Povetkin, Dillian White, Vladimir Klitschko. So Anthony Joshua clearly has the better resume of top 10 heavyweights. Obviously, they share the Klitschko name, and Tyson Fury has a Deontay Wilder, an undefeated world champion who had 10 WBC world title defenses. So that was a good win, and he probably won the first one. But what Anthony Joshua is saying, he has continuously fought these top 10 heavyweights, defended his belts, where Tyson Fury has never done that. So there's going to be a back and forth between the two of them because they're rivals. They're going to fight one another. And at the moment, they cannot get in the ring. They both have 2 fights in front of them, or 1, potentially 1. But there's no way to tell who is really number 1 until the undisputed fight happens. So they're going to make their case for the reason why they are actually number 1 in the heavyweight division. So I would take these comments from Tyson Fury with a pinch of salt, because I do believe that he really respects Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua does respect Tyson Fury, but they are still going back and forth, and they are rivals. That will only be put to bed when they actually fight, and that's a while off at the moment. I mean, Tyson Fury does want to fight Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua wants to fight Tyson Fury, and that is all that matters. The important thing, though, is that they have 2 fights in front of them. Anthony Joshua has Kubrat Pulev. Tyson Fury has Deontay Wilder. Joshua's date is almost locked in. We do know that it will probably happen on December 12th. And that will be the first time that Anthony Joshua has gotten into the ring since his fight with Andy Ruiz Jr. in Saudi Arabia, December 7th, 2019, when he regained his world heavyweight titles. So this will be his first defense of the heavyweight world titles in his second championship reign. So Anthony Joshua has a big night on December 12th to deal with. I mean, it's not going to be easy. Kubrat Pulev is a difficult fight for AJ. It will be an entertaining fight. I believe it will be. I believe that this fight will be a lot more entertaining than first was believed. The only thing is, Tyson Fury was supposed to be fighting a week after Anthony Joshua, then that meant that they both fight around the same time, both fighting in December, then they both have the same amount of time to get ready for their fights with one another, because that's what they're going to do. I don't know how they're going to deal with mandatories, but it seems like that is what is happening. 2 fights in 2021. We've been told that time and time again, reaffirmed recently by Eddie Hearn. So ultimately, that is what is happening. And finally, when they do actually get into the ring together with one another, that is when all this talking will stop and we will finally see who is number 1. They can go back and forth all they like, saying about resumes, saying about fights being stopped and all of that. But all that matters is what happens when they both get into the ring. Who is number 1? Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe if you are new. Thanks, guys.